Good afternoon and welcome to this very special moment, 30 minutes on NTA. Today in the studio we have two gentlemen that have distinguished themselves and have stepped up the game in their line of endeavor. In fact, they've made significant improvements there, and of course, they have something to tell us. That's why they've come to the studio today. Just by my immediate left is Bob Carl. Bob Carl is an entrepreneur as well as an international TV producer. Bob, welcome to NTU and of course to Akwa Ibom.
Thank you, pleasure.
Okay, and then of course on my far left is Dr. Nsikat Brendan. Yes, Dr. Nsikat Brendan. Dr. Nsikat Brendan, you're welcome. Good to have you in NTA.
Thank you so much for having me.
Okay, before we begin, I'd like to read through the profile, a few of what we could lay our hands on so that you can actually understand the pedigree of the people we brought on set today for you. I would like to begin with Dr. Nsikat Brendan. Dr. Nsikat Brendan is a prolific dancer and choreographer. He obtained a degree in theatre arts from University of Uyo and dramatic arts from Abafemi Awolowo University, Ife. Of course, he is the Chief Executive Officer of Brandans and Crusader Limited. Brandans' business attention to planning, management, and execution stages stands him out as a valued leader and team player. He leads an experienced staff equipped to handle a broad spectrum of events, choreography, model, and catwalk, instructing event management, artists, management to entertainment management, brand, and content, to mention but a few. Brendan has developed his connections and relationships by providing the perfect expression to his clients. Ambassador Dr. Brendan Nsikat, who also studied poise and etiquette in Pretoria College, South Africa, a catwalk workshop, France, and dance and choreography in Lebanon, United Kingdom. He is a groomer and choreographer, Mr. and Miss Glow Rock and Roll, visiting 18 urban communities in Nigeria, Ghana, and Benin. That was in season 1. He is a consultant and producer for Glow Pageant Festival 2010 till date. Ambassador Dr. Brendan Nsikat was the choreographer and groomer, Niger 50 National Fashion Show, the training consultant for Bayelsa State Children Carnival, and the youngest national judge ever for the Abuja Carnival 2009 to 2013. He similarly filled in as a choreographer Miss Lagos Carnival 2010 and consultant on poise and etiquette to numerous international schools and corporate associations in Nigeria. Between 2003 to date, Dr. Brendan has carved a niche for himself, representing Nigeria in the International Performing Arts Festival like Pro Life Festival, Durban 2003, Dance and Ballet Workshop, Germany 2004, Nigeria Heart of Africa Projects, London 2006, Heart of Africa Projects, Paris 2007, Commonwealth 2014, bidding in London 2007, and Commonwealth Abuja 2014 final, bid in Sri Lanka 2008. He has led and won various recompenses both at home and abroad, and has performed in numerous international festivals. He is the Chief Executive Officer, producer, Mr. and Miss Nigeria International MNN, a first of its kind mixed pageant in Africa, Poise and Class magazine, a unique offline and online magazine which showcases the beauty of Africa with a blend of top-notch fashion, and Chief Chef of Poise Kitchen, Okay, yes, Chief Chef of Poise Kitchen, delivering local dishes with global acceptance. He got an appointment as the first ever black African in the history that was appointed as the choreographer and groomer for Miss International World and Miss Latino USA in 2019. He is an outreach ambassador with Community Net Hubs Africa and a worthy ambassador of the Culture Games Africa, Kuga. He is a dance associate, Guild Nigerian Dancers. Very intimidating, and of course, a world class profile here. Once again, welcome, Dr. Nsika Brenda.
Thank you so much.
Yes, I'd like quickly to also give you a brief profile of Bob Carl. Yes, Bob Carl is an international television producer who specializes in fashion-related television series based in New York City. Carl started his fashion career producing the local content event A Night in Tokyo, the success of which paved way for his career as a writer. He has been published in Social Magazine, Sovereign Magazine, 360 Magazine, Hello Style Magazine, and Rough Magazine. Carl started his television career as an interim at CNN Latino, which later blossomed into a long career producing television for a LA Model, Mirror TV, Undiscovered, and now FETV Hub. In 2003, Carl was inspired to launch FETV Hub, which is a channel serving televised fashion content. He started his business venture in Nigeria, where he identified the nation's massive as a fashion powerhouse. He plans to transform Nigeria into a fashion superpower on par with Paris and New York. Carl is taking FETV Hub to China and Dubai this year and will open the company to more marketers. Carl has the goal of being the world's #1 producer of fashion content. Carl, once again, welcome.
Thank you.
Yes, a balanced CV indeed, what you will say, a great synergy between both of you. Now, let me begin with Dr. Nsika Brendan. Dr. Brendan, you are here in Akwa Ibom. Tell us, after so many years, what brought you?
It's good to be back home.
Yes.
I'm so thrilled to be here, and I think it's time for me to come home and use a little experience I have. I still gather to develop Nigeria as a tourism sector. That's why I'm here.
Okay, yes, that's why we actually had this focus, tourism without borders. Now, what are the areas or your specialties as far as tourism is concerned?
Okay, area in terms of tourism, of course, dance, music, fashion, and pageantry.
Okay, now to you, Bob. You're here in Nigeria. So
Yes.
what made your interest so strong in Nigeria, believing in the country and the people as well?
Well, I'm quite well traveled. I've been to many, many countries, but when I came here, I saw there was a unique, very, very strong interest in fashion and talent in fashion that's very high even among other countries. So I thought, okay, I can start my business here in fashion television because there's a lot of potential.
Well, okay, yes. Let's get to that point. There are a lot of potentials in fashion show business and the likes in Nigeria. Now, let me ask you this: outside of Africa, outside of Nigeria, people paint Nigeria the other way around. But what has been your experience since your arrival in Nigeria? At least you've been working with Dr. Brendan for 2 years or 3?
I've known him for like 5 years.
Okay, 5 years. So what has been the experience? Now move away from him and then your interaction with other Nigerians.
I find Nigerians to be very, very kind, very friendly, and also very talented. You know, something that a lot of people around the world don't know. There's a lot of talent here in entertainment, fashion, and they're very committed to the arts.
Okay, Dr. Brendan, you're here for the first time after 20 or 25 years. You've been, yeah, would I say you've been in oblivion or in limbo, given the fact that you actually left your place, the primary constituency, and decided to start from somewhere. Now, tell us about your experience where you're currently based and what has come out of that over time.
Okay. I left Akwa Ibom to continue my studies, and
yeah, that was after University of Uyo.
yes.
Of course, yes, we share the same alma mater and indeed the same class.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, that was it.
So, yes, my experience outside there have been overwhelming, challenging, but they said, I keep saying, there's no place like home. Even when I'm outside the country, I still think about my home. What can I do to make my home the best of all? Because I'm the best. Because if you don't call yourself the best, you cannot be the best.
Yes. Oh.
So I believe, not just believe, and I know the most talented, creative set of people I've ever come across in my life are Akwa Ibomans.
Okay, yes, we understand that you have a deal now, yes, that is ongoing with the Lagos State government. You had 5 at the beginning of the year, and by this month, they've already endorsed 3. Tell us about them.
Okay, why I'm even more interested here is to bring the biggest pageant ever to Akwa Ibom. That's Miss Nigeria International, the 13th edition. And also to bring, when my partner came to Nigeria last year, Bob Carl, and we talked about, so we approached Lagos because Lagos is a very liberal state. It's allowed talent to explore, and it's very accommodating environment to non-indigenous when it comes to creativities and other things like that.
Okay.
So we had 5 events together, and we have gotten endorsement for 5, and I told him no. My state must be part of this because if I'm proud of being Akwa Ibomite, Akwa Ibom must benefit from this. So that's why we decided to, let's bring 2 out of the 5 down to Akwa Ibom. Who knows, from next year, it will be Akwa Ibom all through.
Okay, now, in that line of thoughts, has there been any acceptance, what we would love to call some kind of receptiveness from anywhere around the Akwa Ibom? Have you had contact with anybody? Perhaps somebody in the State Executive Council. Tell us about
After
it.
many years, I think my experience in Akwa Ibom the last 2 months, a month ago, was very overwhelming. I was lucky to meet the marketing and marketing director of the Ministry of Art and Culture. When I spoke with him, oh my God, this is what I've been waiting for. I'm proud of Akwa Ibom. It took me to PEM Secretary. Oh my God, this is what we went for. And I shared with my partner, and we've been talking to the commissioner, and we hope to meet the commissioner soon for this.
Okay, soon. So as you do that, we should hope that in no time we'll have a beehive of activities as far as fashion, events, and the rest are concerned.
Yeah, because we'll through our calendar, our 13th edition of Miss Nigeria International on October is going to be here, and I'm so happy that the Akwa Ibom December period program from
yes, Christmas Unplugged.
That's why I and FTV Bob Carl I decided to see what can we do with the ministry and the state government to make it a global event. That's why we're here.
Well, okay, Bob, coming to you now. Tell us your experience so far. You've worked in Nigeria for a while, courtesy of Dr. Brendan, and comparing that to what is obtainable elsewhere, especially your country, the United States. Are there potentials that can key into what you're doing, and then at the end of the day we now talk about wealth generation, employment creation, and of course talent build-up?
Yes, there's a lot of potential and progress to be made. Like I said, Nigeria has a lot of fashion designers, even more in volume than other countries. But the thing is, seems like when Nigerians have the means, they tend to buy foreign brands.
Okay.
And one of the ways that my initiative can help the economy is to encourage those with the means to buy what's in here, which is just as good or even better than abroad.
Okay, because we are looking at that from the business sense. Somebody, in fact, Dr. Brendan told me that this your outfit here is made by an Akwa Ibomite.
Asian.
Yes, Asian, based in Lagos.
Yeah.
Do you have anything you would like to do with him in the course of the pageant you're talking about later this year?
It's one of my official designer for one concept of the pageant.
Okay, so in that case, you've already established a synergy with him.
Yes.
Okay, now tell us about the other side of you that many people don't really know, and that's you being a chef.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we've brought this in because around the world, our cuisine are really appreciated. Our cuisines are really appreciated, and so if you're able to do it to that international standard, so why not? We share it.
In fact, if only we can look towards that direction. That's money milking sector for this state, because Akwa Ibom state is so rich when it comes to cuisine. And I when I immediately I finished my secondary school, I was still waiting for. I wasn't up to age 16 then.
Yes.
So my sister didn't want me to stay at home. She asked me to go to food and nutrition college in Lagos,
Okay.
which I did, and just a while away time before I moved to UNIU then.
Okay.
Yeah. So by the time I finished, I didn't feel that important I should continue, but she was a good chef. She owned a restaurant, so I have to work with her. So along the line, I have to take some online courses and physical courses. Then during 2019, I decided to experiment it to see what. And immediately I decided to major basically African cuisine.
Okay.
And when I did that, Post Kitchen came on board. We got it registered, and boom. I must tell you, if I say I'm traveling out of the country, I'm traveling with
Yes.
Nigeria
Yes.
cuisine. I found. Can you imagine if I told that Mega Pango in US, we believe it?
No, I wouldn't doubt you. Anyway.
And it was something that I can tell. I said 5 liters got most of $400 of
Okay.
a pango.
Okay. That's another money spinning venture.
Yes.
Yes, because food tourism actually,
Yes.
is one aspect that gives in so much money. As a matter of fact, it is speculated that that side of tourism alone, yes, gives Nigeria about $16 billion every year. The exports and the other things, as far as the local foods are concerned. Okay, Bob. Now you had a stint with CNN
Yes,
Latino.
yes.
Can you share your experience there and how that has shaped you to who you are today?
Yeah, so that was my first television experience, and having a very globalized, recognized brand like CNN gave me a lot of opportunities. I was there on set with a lot of celebrities. I attended a lot of big award shows. This is my first opportunity to attend New York Fashion Week. So very, very young into my career, I had a lot of great experience and learning experience.
Okay, that means at a very tender age you got to work with experienced people.
The best in the business.
Oh, that's okay. That's great. Now, the other side of it is has there ever been somebody you made up, or in the course of contributing to a runway performance or show, and the person won? Can you tell us about it?
Come again.
Was there anybody that you made up or you provided your fashion skills to, and at the end of the day, the person won, maybe in a runway or any competition?
Yeah, so I was the consultant for a designer in the U.S. It's Kala Express. It's the designer is from India, but she's based in the U.S. and
Okay.
she was just a designer at first, but through my consulting, she was able to create a brand, and was able to get more business because of my feedback and my advice to her.
And I got to know Bob through Cal, because she still is official designer of Miss International World.
Okay. In that case, do you have a fusion of different designs when you're making a design? For instance, you'll be designing for Miss World and Mr. World, the pageants that goes side by side. When during the course of your design, do you have a fusion of different cultures, maybe fabrics or even designs that are peculiar to a place? Do you bring them up as a one?
Fashion is life.
Okay.
And when you have actualize the concept, you bring it. I concept it and give it to designer to make it to life.
So how do you get your designs?
Inspiration. Sometimes I will just walk on the road and something just come on my mind. something I think if I'm comfortable with it, I should be able. Someone else should be able to comfortable with it. So when I look at it, the inspiration comes, and the richness of Africanism.
Okay, that's you.
Yes.
Yes, that's for everything you do, you must project the African side of it.
Yes.
Okay, all right. Okay, Bob. Having settled to work with Brendan for over 5 years, particular kind of African design made by you?
I like the brand I'm wearing, Essien.
Okay.
What made me gravitate towards them is they have some sort of African details, but it can be worn outside. I can wear their leather jackets in New York.
Okay, okay. Now this is peculiar to Africa. I mean, once somebody sees it, the person knows that, okay,
Yeah.
this is an African brand. Okay, we'll take a break at this point. When we return, the program will continue shortly. Please stay. Welcome back. You're still on to a very special moment of 30 minutes on NTA Uyo, and I have here in the studio two distinguished guests, which I introduced earlier in the course of the program. Dr. Nsikat Brendan and of course Bob Carl. These are fashion enthusiasts. They are great men when it comes to entertainment, and of course they understand the dynamics of the industry, and that's why they are here in Akwa Ibom State to bring it home, like Dr. Brendan said, bring it home. Okay, now you're bringing it home. Do you have a particular section of the states in mind, given the economic, because for whatever you do, yes, you're going to put money to do all of these things, the economic benefits?
Of course, government is number one, because we are by time for the pageant itself, we are bringing over people from all over Nigeria, economic value to it. Now for the FETV event, we are looking at December period. We are looking at by the time it becomes global, it will attract more investors down to Akwa Ibom.
Okay, all right, okay. Now the economic side would have been settled at that point. Now let's look at the other aspect of it. I know that as somebody that is experienced, you know, in several years of experience in your field, yes, you're a no mean feat as far as entertainment is concerned. Do you have issues when you are grooming the upcoming generation? I like to say that most times at the beginning, most young people do not really give a try or retry when at the beginning of anything they seem not to catch up with the reality there. Have you had this kind of experience, and what did you really do? Because definitely as you're coming to Akwa Ibom, you're going to see people in that manner have a tryout 1 or 2 months and not really what they thought, and they run away.
I think it's patient, lack of patience. Let me use my dance company for example. We work with international school in Lagos. I grew my trend. Most of them think that they know a little. Let me go and open my own. By the time the knowledge got stopped, they'll come back. I keep telling them, okay, why don't you just be patient, learn.
Okay.
Learn
Yeah.
with passion.
Yes, learn with passion, because of course, for anything that you do, you must have developed passion to
Of
it.
course.
Have you had a similar experience, Bob?
Yes. So there was a period of time that I stopped doing fashion television and fashion entrepreneurship because it wasn't going the way I wanted. But eventually, a few years later, I got inspired to do it again. But the reason why I was able to succeed is because I started young. I started very young.
Okay, so your age gave you advantage, as a matter of fact. Now, how did you surmount the obstacles there? Because you have young Bob, probably at 16 or 17, getting into an area that is going to make a lifelong career in it. So how did you get over it? The challenges, at that point in time, you may seek more for fame instead of the financial reward. So how did you get over it?
So just getting more experience in life, traveling as well. When you travel, it really enriches you a lot mentally. So being able to travel and experiencing different companies gave me the confidence to try again.
Okay, Dr. Brendan, before we go, because we're fast running out of time, you are in Akwa Ibom. Now, in one word, what are you set to achieve after now?
To take my state to the highest level.
Yes, to the global perspective.
Yes.
Okay, all right. And for you, Bob, what are you set to achieve in Nigeria? Now, okay, let's say in Akwa Ibom, because he has brought you here and he wants to start from home. Charity begins at home, even though he ran to Lagos. Okay, so what are the main goal, if I should ask you, the main goal? Wow.
So it's to give audiences abroad, especially in the US, what they want. When they want something new.
Okay, that's it. They want something new. As a matter of fact, we know that for anything fashion, it's always a revolve, a bring back, a push forward, and then a combination of what had been and what is expected that should be with the current thing that we're wearing. That is fashion for you. Well, we've come to the end of this program, and would like to thank you very much for being a part of it. From the time we began up till now, I had in the studio two gentlemen. I mean, prolific ones indeed. Ambassador Dr. Nsikat Brendan, thanks for coming.
Thank you.
And of course, Bob, it's good to have you. By the way, have you tried local dishes since you came around?
Yes, I've been eating local food.
Can you just tell me one of the names, maybe?
It's moi moi.
No, that's out of beans. Peculiar, maybe a soup.
Yes, pepper soup.
Anyway, Brendan, as an international chef, I expected that you would have prepared edikariko and fufu for him.
That's why I'm here.
Okay.
Ever since I came to Lagos, I've been working.
All right. Okay. No place like home, as it is always said. From me, Okondem, and the entire production crew. Bye bye. See you next time.